Okay, good evening. Dear student, Professor Dolphy Gilpin here in Decatur, Georgia, in the lecture theater. And what we'll be doing this evening is the laws of thermodynamics, respect to the engineers. I say engineers because engineers is divided into a lot of fields: chemical engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and structural engineers, and civil engineers. But here we are. First law of thermodynamics, which is basically stating about the conservation of energy and the conservation of mass. But mathematically stated, it's the first law is E2 minus E1 is equal to Q minus W. And here we say that E2 is the internal energy of the system, initial and final stage, and Q is the E transfer, and the W is the work done in the system. We're going over the four laws, and then we will expound on each law separately. Now, the second law of thermodynamics is stated that delta S is equal to delta Q over T, where now S is the entropy level, so that delta S is an interval of energy, of entropy rather. Delta Q is heat, and T is the temperature. We'll also expound on that in more detail. The third law of thermodynamics is stating now that mathematically that the limit as T tends to 0 of S is equal to 0. And here again, T is equal to temperature, S is equal to entropy. And later on we will find that these laws will be found useful in machine design, that's with respect to the mechanical engineers, and we'll also use it with respect to the electrical engineers. So here we see the first law of thermodynamics for a closed system. And we have some parameters here, T, P, V, and U. And this is the first equation here. And this is the final state of the system with T, P, V, and U. Okay, we now come to the fourth law, called the Zeroth law of thermodynamics. And it's stating in general that if two thermodynamic systems are equal with respect to a third thermodynamic system, then the first and the two thermodynamic systems are equal to each other as well. And this principle will be applied in thermometer design. This fourth Zeroth law was accredited to the British physicist Ralph H. Fowler, 1935. So there we have it, a brief overview of the first three laws, and then the fourth law which results from the first three laws, called the Zeroth law. First, second, and third law of thermodynamics for the mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, and all the other engineers. They will just have a little bit of difference with respect to how it's applied. But basically, this is the most important one, the first, which is a conservation of mass and the conservation of energy. The principle is on the conservation of mass and the conservation of energy. So we will expound on each law separately and in more detail.